Hi, it's James from the Queer Review here. Great to meet you all, and yeah, congratulations on this brilliant series. Such a great binge, and I actually went to my first year at college was 1996, but weirdly, so much of this resonates, and so many of the details are kind of exactly the same for me as they were for as they are for Benny in the show.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I think what's really great about it is that even our showrunner said, because he's older than we are, he was like, even though the technology is different and maybe these exact situations are slightly different, like the feelings and I think the overall dynamics, the broader dynamics are so specific and so relatable. And so we really hope that it transcends generations and younger people, older people, everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, what did each of you enjoy about playing your individual characters, and in what ways could you connect with them or identify with them? Rish, maybe starting with you.
Yeah, there was so much scope for me to kind of tap into different worlds within the show, which was really fun. And also on days where I wasn't filming, just being able to be a fly on the wall because we all got to live together in Toronto, by the way, which in itself was such a fun experience. We were all in the same building and we bonded over that. And then it meant that on days we were off, we would all just pull up and support one another. So
Yeah.
in terms of being in my scenes, it was great. I get to play into these fantasy sequences as well as very earnest and heartfelt, vulnerable moments, and especially towards the end of the season. But then also on days where I wasn't filming, I would just go and cheer these guys on and be like, "Oh my God, you are cracking me up!" And I would just break in every scene that I wasn't in as well as I was in. So yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll jump in. Yeah, playing Gabe was really fun. I mean, I feel like I was really lucky in the sense that all of my scenes were kind of just like high energy. The whole point of it was to either scare the shit out of some college kid or make them feel like they're having the best day of their lives. And like it was really cool. Everybody was so funny, so brilliant. Like getting to work a lot with Adam DeMarco was really fun. All the F and G guys were so great. And yeah, I kind of connect with the same thing that I think Gabe has within himself of just like really wanting to belong to some community and be an important part of that community. And it was kind of this meta thing where I kind of wanted the same thing on this show, wanted to be a part of the cast, being like a curator of kind of like hopefully making like a great environment. Gabe doesn't do it so well. But yeah, I really think I got to dive a bit into that community-based kind of thing on this. What about you?
I think for Grace, there were so many things that I could relate to within her. I actually dropped out of college after 2 years. I went to Boston College, which is a Jesuit university. It's in the Northeast. It feels very preppy. And it just felt like instead of my world getting bigger, it felt like it got smaller and I wasn't really able to like be my true self. I remember I wore like purple lipstick to a party at like a frat adjacent house and it was not well received. And so I think just trying to fit into that mold of like the preppy college girl who's like dating the popular guy on campus was really fun to explore. And just I think just being back in the college environment, it was definitely triggering in some ways, but overall really fun and challenging, like as a performer, to hit the comedy but also the emotion of it. And that's what everyone in the cast did so well, and the writing was there for us to lean on. But I think bringing the characters to life with that like vulnerability but also just so much comedy, the acting in it, I was truly blown away by everyone's performance. Like there is not a bad performance in the whole show.
And each of your characters has such a different dynamic with Benny. Could you maybe talk about creating that on-screen relationship with Benito? Maybe Rich, start with you again. Yeah.
Yeah, so the world I'm kind of sitting in is there's this immediate kind of infatuation between the two of them, and you start to see something simmering and bubbling and evolving. And yeah, very quickly, Benny decides to. He leaves his own course at uni and he joins Miles's course, and I think they go on this journey of like figuring out uni together, but also wanting to be a part of Flesh and Gold for different reasons. And yeah, we end up seeing that relationship transform throughout the season. But that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
For me, Benny and I are very close as personal friends, and we've collaborated before professionally. So I think we had a really great dynamic already. And then it was kind of fun to be like bitches to each other in a scene. And then they call cut and we're like hugging and he's giving me a piggyback ride. But he just created such a fun environment on set that, yeah, we had a blast. And that really is a testament that when we weren't filming, we would go to set and just hang out. Yeah. And yeah, it really felt like we had this really special sort of environment to play in.
Yeah, similar to Mary Beth. I mean, rather than off camera, it was on camera. We were basically giving each other piggybacks and jumping all over the frat house together and chugging beer. It was really great because, the thing that's so great about Ben is like, he is such an incredible leader, such an incredible, show creator, writer. He's like really the head of the pack. But then when the camera's turned on, he's really just Benny that we see in the show. And so to operate and like kind of get to interact with two different versions of the same guy who are both very great, it was really interesting to see kind of like, oh, this is the more insecure, this is the more confused version. And then for me as Gabe, I got to see how I can just kind of torture him and make him hate his life. Or feel like the alpha male kind of, cool frat bro, so.
And final quick fire question for you. I love the opening with George of the Jungle and the Brendan Fraser obsession. Who was your own like first screen crush or celebrity crush?
Oh my.
Mine was Jasmine in Aladdin when she comes out in the red outfit. I remember that gave me feelings that I didn't understand, and she's kind of like being a baddie in that scene too. And something about it, I was just like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I know it's important.
I'm trying to think of mine. For some reason, this isn't even actually the real answer, but I thought Nala from The Lion King.
Oh, that's a classic.
Is that what you're going to say? I don't even think
We were
that's...
just talking about the Lion King.
Maybe that's why it's
on
there.
our mind.
And then like if I don't have to steal your answer, it's the girl from Atlantis. But with like the white hair. I can't remember her name though, but who's yours?
Yeah, mine was either one of my sister used to love the Powerpuff Girls, and I had a crush on like all of them when I was really young. I also used to steal her Bratz dolls, and then I think it was which is so creepy actually. And then why did I just admit that? And then I've lost my train of thought. The pink Power Ranger.
Totally.
Yeah.
So none of
She
us
was a
had human
hottie.
crushes, just
No.
just a bunch of freaks.
That says a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Congratulations again on Overcompensating.